Hi everyone, I'm back. I have been gone because of the terrible noise outside. For 3 days now, including today, they have been cutting trees down not that far from our house. And they're cutting trees down, they're going to make a pond, and it's incredibly noisy and frustrating. So, because what they're doing is not going to help the situation they're trying to help. Anywho, I did make a heart the last couple of days. So this was day 29. It's just, I've got the blues. Just some slow stitching. And that would have been boring anyway for you all to watch. Yesterday was Think Spring. It was like 80 degrees here and mostly sunny, and it was a beautiful day, but couldn't have the doors open because noise outside. So I apologize if there is noise. This is day 30, by the way. And I did this on quilt batting, which is great. I love working with quilt batting. Stinks as far as trying to put a number on there though. so those are the last 2 days that I've done. Today I'm going to make a bee on flowered fabric, and we'll see how it turns out. It may look crummy. I stink as an artist. I have said that before. I did not trace any of these from anywhere. This ended up being the best bee. It was the first one I did. You can see I have many failures on there, but I didn't trace it. So there's that. At least I didn't cheat as far as that's concerned. So this may be the simple way out, may not, may turn out, may not. But whatever happens, happens, and I'm going with the flow. I hope the noise outside is not terribly distracting. Hopefully you can't hear it at all. I have the sliding door shut, and okay, I have to look at, oh no. Oh, I wanted to bring my, well, I'm gonna have to wing it. I think black goes first. Black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Okay. I meant to bring my iPad over here to refer to some pictures, but it's that way about 5 steps, and if I get up and try and get it, it's going to be a mess. I work in very close quarters here, in case I haven't mentioned that before. Very close quarters. It's very tiny here. I hope this camera angle is okay. If not, let me know if there's any issues with it. It's yet another new setup. I had, what did I have at first? Look at me, I can't even remember. Oh, I had a wooden tray table in here. That didn't work. That wasn't first. That was after I decided to bring this upholstered armchair in here. And to, you know what? I'm going to get up and get the iPad because I want to make sure I have this somewhat like it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry about that. That's my seat. It's a quilt that I bought a long time ago. I absolutely love it. It's not very thick. It's very lightweight. I need to do some stitching on it. All right. Let me see. What was I looking at? I was looking at Instagram, but I will look at Pinterest. And no, I don't want to add my birth date. Thank you. EMBROIDERAD-B. That one's yellow, black, with a black head. And see, the head is going to be yellow. I mean, black. Maybe I should start with yellow. All I typed in was embroidered bee. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. That's a cute little bee. Okay. Well, see, it's good to have two devices. And since I record on my... Oh, sorry if you had to see my big arm in the way. All right. We're gonna... we'll just start with the head. It's okay. I won't change threads again. Ugh. Come on. Goodness gracious. I have to tell you, after I did the thing with the big flowers, I'll show you. After I did this one, my thumb and my forefinger were so sore that night and the next day from having to pull all this thread through. But I will tell you that this one was the last one I did, and I hope you can see that. I really need... It's very dark here today because it's overcast. But you see how I wrapped this back and forth and then just put a couple... Yeah, that worked out the best. This was the second to the last one I did. And I'll tell you, those worked out the best, way better than these ones where I was trying to attach it up and down. I also went inside with some white thread, and I just put some tacking stitches because they were very floppy, and I was afraid, like, if I or somebody else were to use this as a patch on something and they were to wash it, I don't want it to totally fall apart. These will fray way more. See, it's fraying already. But I think that's just a fun patch. So, but my fingers were killing me. My hands were so sore I couldn't do any embroidery for that evening. Now see, why? That looks totally off kilter from what I wanted, but I might do a lot of mumbling in this one. I'm not very good at this kind of thing. I'm way better at just freehand stuff. Like, just not trying to make a specific thing. Freehand kind of thing I'm talking about. But anywho's. So if there's mumbling, don't be surprised. Ugh. Yes, so it has been a very... Let's see, it's very hard for me to see the line over here. A very loud last 3 days here. Not that pleasant as far as noise is concerned. And if you've watched my recent videos, you know noise is not something I deal with very well. Yesterday, we did go out. We went to see our horse, Blue, at the farm that he lives at. And he's doing well. He was not paying a lot of attention to what he should have been paying attention to. In fact, he knocked Tony in the head. And this is not the first time Tony's been hit in the head by a horse head. The man, I swear. Anyway, Tony was okay. It just kind of stunned him for a moment. I'm going to put one more narrow strand in here. I think I'm just going to carry this down to the next section instead of tying it off. I'm using all 6 strands of the black thread, the black embroidery floss. I'm trying to make sure, I'm trying to see, and I'm trying to make sure I stay in the light because it is so dark. And it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 2:30. Today has flown by. I've been a busy girl. Anyway, It is very dark. Let me finish my blue story. So Tony was fine. He just wasn't paying attention. It wasn't Blue's fault. Blue's blind in one eye and can't see out of the other, sort of kind of thing, because of some damage to his eyes that he's had. He gets by fine in the herd that he's in. He doesn't let anybody pick on him, but he also doesn't pick on other horses. That is not going to work. I didn't make it close enough. I didn't really make that one close enough either. I'm going to fix that one while I'm pulling. This takes more thread than you think it's going to. And so Tony groomed him and then walked him around and let him eat grass that is not out in the pasture. It's in other areas of the farm, which Blue likes. He likes to wander around. There's other horses that wander around that area of the farm too. And the lady that, the lady that takes care of their feet, the farrier, she is a young female farrier who does, barefoot farrier, who does a very nice job on their feet, I have to say. All right. Am I torching you again? I apologize. I just missed you guys so much. Anyway, so she was there working on feet, and we didn't want Blue going into the barn and bothering her. So we keep a lead line on him, a halter and a lead line, kind of like a leash for a dog. And Tony walks him around. Sometimes I go with him. Sometimes I just sit in the car. I want to make sure this does not leave white space in there. Okay. And so he walks around the farm with him. This is an area that's not in the pasture with the other horses. But they do let some of the other horses roam around, like all the horses that needed to get their feet done. Why do I struggle with this? I know where I want it to go. It's just not going. So we didn't want him wandering into the barn being nosy, which I didn't think he would do because there's spring grass out there. And the horses love the spring grass. So I don't know if this bee is going to be too big. But you know, I'm not worried about it being that realistic. Like this big a bee on these tiny blue flowers. However, there were some tiny blue flowers popping out in the grass. Teeny tiny ones. Smaller than my pinky thumbnail, really. And they were definitely peeking through in the grass. So that was fun to see yesterday, inspiring for me, which is why I came home and chose this fabric. And I chose it last night while I was thinking about it, because otherwise I'd get up this morning, totally forget what I was supposed to, what I had in mind to do. There is one thread in this batch. is not keeping up with the other threads. This is a very old black. I mean, this is probably one of the older threads I have in my box. You see that thread? It's driving me nuts. Why are you not paying attention, thread? Let's see which one it is. Am I being picky? Yes. Do I apologize? Yes. Am I OCD? Yes. Excuse me. Oh, forget it. Urgh. I see other people do these things and they're always so perfect, and I'm like, why can't I do that? Keep reminding myself, practice makes perfect. I also remind myself that there is no such thing as perfection, only your own satisfaction with what you're doing. That's my line. I've seen people do this with bullion knots, and I've seen them do it with stitches going up and down. I've seen videos with them putting threads in and then having something that holds something really tiny, like a pin, bigger than a pin, maybe smaller than a pen, maybe a pen, and or a little chopstick or something like that, and then they trim the tops of the threads off so it's fuzzy like a real bumblebee. But that's way beyond my my abilities and my concepts of thinking I could do that. So yeah, not going there. Not at this point in time. Maybe sometime in the future. So anyway, today was a busy day for me. I've been procrastinating about things I needed to do, like stripping the bed and putting clean sheets on it, washing the sheets. So I did that this morning. Oopsies. Well, that's not very successful, is it? I did that this morning, and sorry, concentration, you know. See, now it's not going to be close enough. It's okay, Martha. It's okay. Just narrow it in there. Sorry, whispering to myself, telling myself it's okay. Just need to go in. You're okay. All right. So I stripped the bed, including the mattress cover, and did the laundry with all that stuff. That was 2 loads. And then we have very hard water here, so I try not to overstuff the washer. And so I did that in 2 loads. Then while I was doing that, I also had a big load of laundry that when I put it in the dryer, it gets split into 2 loads. I wash it together, but then I put it in the dryer as 2 separate loads. The heavy stuff from the lighter knit type wear that I have. So, I was doing that, and at the same time, I was making a big pot of vegetable soup. So I use onion, and carrot, and I used celery, and that all went into the bottom of the pot with a little bit of oil, olive oil. And when that was sauteed, I put in chopped potato and frozen peas, frozen corn, cabbage, and some lentils for protein, because I have not been getting enough protein. I am a plant-based, mostly plant-based eater, but I don't eat soy. So I eat beans and lentils and stuff like that for protein. Nuts, peanut butter. And so I did that. That'll probably be my last pot of soup, because unlike my husband, who can eat soup every day, year-round, regardless of the temperature. I don't know how he does it. Must be that Italian blood. I cannot do that. I cannot eat soup. I ate soup yesterday when it was 80 degrees out, and I was like, whoa. And we have salad with lunch every day. So I don't know what I'm going to do at lunchtime with just eat bigger salads, I think. That's what I used to do. Just have bigger salads till I started making soups in the cold weather. Tony makes his own soup because he adds things in it that I don't want, and I add things in mine that he doesn't want. So we're a mess. We're interesting people. Anywho, so he made his soup yesterday because he was running out. I made mine today. And then, while that was cooking, I was making lunch for us while Tony ran to the store and the bank. So I got the lunch stuff out and started making our salads, and got the soup that we already had in the refrigerator out, and got that in the pans ready to heat up when he got home. I'm going to put one more in there just because I don't like that little bit of space there. All right. I'm not exactly thrilled, but I think you can tell it's a B. I'm not done. Don't worry. I got a couple more things to do. Anywho's, so I sent him off to the store, and then I should have done this while the black was already threaded, but I forgot. And then, yeah, I did my stuff and made sure lunch was ready when he got home. So we put away the few things that he bought, and had a nice lunch. We talked. By then my soup was cooling off, so after lunch, after cleaning up, I put all my bowls of soup away. Come on. If this doesn't cooperate, actually, now that I think about it, I don't want all 6 strands. Good thing I remember that. Made life easier that way, huh? Struggle. It's real, peeps. It's real. And then my load of clothes that wrinkles was done in the dryer. So I thought, well, yeah. Did I say the struggle was real? Okay. So I brought that in the bedroom. I have to put all that stuff away. The sheets and the clothes when I'm done with the video, but I don't like to put stuff away. I'm such an oddball. You're gonna just think I'm the weirdest person. I don't like to put stuff away immediately after it comes out of the dryer because I feel like the heat holds moisture. Even though stuff is dry, there's still, you know, a little bit of moisture or whatever in it. And I don't want to put it away immediately. So I lay it on the bed and I put it away after it like has a chance to cool off. So I have to fold the sheets, and it's a king size bed, so the sheets are huge. Fold the sheets, put them away, put my clothes away, either folded or hung up, whichever one they need. And there's one more load in the dryer, but that load is not one I'm worried about wrinkling if it stays there. I take my stuff out and lay it out flat immediately. Uh-oh. I forgot one. I forgot a section. Silly Martha. I do not iron my clothing. I will iron fabric all day for a project. I do not iron clothing if I don't have to. So I lay it out flat when it comes right out of the dryer. And that works for me. So soup is made. I wanted to make some flour tortillas. I've been talking about that for a week now, I think. And I just drew this on here with pencil, by the way. I did not use a friction pen. So hopefully the pencil marks won't show after a while. I'm not happy with where that came out, so instead of taking it out and doing it again, I'm just going to go back over it. Anywho, so yeah, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but when I drew that bee on the paper and I drew it in pencil, then I went over it with a black Sharpie, and then I just laid this fabric over the top of it and traced it with a pencil. That's how I did it. But the bee I drew freehand. When I said I didn't trace it, I didn't trace it from anybody else. So anywho, yeah, so I got a lot done this morning, though I did not get my tortilla shells made. They're not hard to do. I don't know why I'm procrastinating about it. One more in between. Sorry, hope that didn't flip your eyes out. No, I don't want it over that far. This is where I'd prefer a smaller, finer needle. But I can't fit that many strands through a small, fine needle. So, oh, they stopped making noise for a moment. I'm not happy with that either. Shoot. Right there. Okay. right there. There. Happier with that. I'll put one more right at the little teeny tiny end. Okay. I'm happier. Now the wings. Wings are going to be tricky. I think I'm going to have to make the wings white because if I just do an outline kind of wing, the flowers are going to show through. I'm not sure that seems right. So this yellow is $9.73. My black is like ancient, so it's $3.10. Don't even know if that's what the number is for black anymore. Look at this card. It's very old. So the new black that I got, I ended up getting the spool, and this is Anchor, and I got that at Joann's. So yeah, it's funny because they had the big black one and only the small white one, spool. So I've used it. I've used the white one already, and it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't see a difference, so I guess that's okay, huh? I do have this DMC, though, that I just pulled this label off of. I haven't wound it on a card. I should. I like using the cards. I know Susan at Susie Q Makes, she has said that she does not want to have her threads on cards because it's not supposed to be good for the threads. I've had threads on cards for eons and eons and eons of years, and I haven't had a problem with them. So that's only 3 strands. I was trying to see how much it was. I think I'm going to use 6 because I do have to make them solid because I don't want the flowers and that stuff to show through, instead of just making an outline kind of thing. So I know people have other methods. I've researched other methods of storing threads, but leaving them like this, you lose the labels as you pull threads out. Like, you know, that other label just came off. They get tangled, they get wrapped up in each other, and I can't stand that. I really like the organization of the little white cards. What's your opinion on storing your embroidery floss? And how long have you been doing it that way? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, how I'm going to do this, I'm really not sure. I've seen it done where they do like a big lazy daisy, and then you can fill it in. Like, that's the size of the wing, right? Hold that thought. Right there. I don't think a lazy daisy is going to work. But see, this one's going to overlap a flower, even though that one just looks white behind. I'm going to try something I've seen recently. It's a lazy daisy, but it grows on itself. Don't know if that makes sense. So I'll do a lazy daisy down the middle. Anywho. Yeah, let me know how you feel about storing your embroidery floss. Because for me, the cards just work, and they are compact, and I can get a lot in. And if I want to travel with them, they're contained. I have tried the this is going a little off. I did not do that one down the center like I wanted to. Oh, hopefully you can't see the pencil line when I'm done. I didn't do that right. I mean, if there was a way to keep them contained in the spools like that, yeah, they'd take up a lot less space. But how do you keep them separated and by color? And I have so many questions. I mean, somebody help. And I've searched on Pinterest and Google and looked like for storage solutions for doing it a different way. The hanging method would drive me absolutely nuts and takes up way too much space. Way too much space. And the loose method is, I'd be okay with that, except like I have, come on, Martha. I have 3 boxes of thread, so I would have to unspool all those from the little bobbins, and then I would have to, I think I got to do this right at the end of that one. I've seen this where you grow the, I can't pull it, lazy daisy. My fingers are going to hurt again at the end of the day. Where you just grow the lazy daisy around the previous one. Well, threads are not happy. Now, my problem is I'm running out of room on this end. I'm running into my bee. To be or not to be? Oops. I need to go in thought direction. Ow. I'm going to take a chance. Hopefully that's not too far away and you can see through it. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I think this camera is way close, so. See how it's growing around? Each one is growing around the previous one. The problem is, like I said, I am running out of space down here to keep doing that. All right, untwist my thread. When it starts knotting up, that's when I untwist it. I know I've said that every video, sorry. I'm like repeating myself 100 times, huh? Okay. Oops. There's one truck leaving, but I think he's like a supervisor or somebody. I can see right out onto the golf cart path, so. And it's raining much more now, too. They are tearing it up out there. Okay. Well, I'm good with that. I just wonder if I need to tack. I would do one more, but I just don't think I can cram it in down here. I think I'm going to go over here and tack these down just a teensy bit. What is it? Yep, there goes another truck. Oh, if they would be done, I would be so thrilled. they're cutting down these trees because they think there's a problem with the water. So they're going to build a pond for the water drain into. But that's not really what needed to happen. So and they're spending a lot of money doing it, and they're probably going to raise our HOA fees, which I'm 99% certain they will do. Because when they wanted to build a new swimming pool, they spent way more money than they should have, and they raised our fees then too. So, there. I don't like the little tack stitches, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so this one I'm going to start up here. I learned a lesson. I'm going to start up here so the other ones that I build on, I can move back this way, you know, towards the bee, and not be cramming them all in around that one area. And we'll see if that works well or not. Everything is a test of the National Broadcasting System. Okay. And it may look different, but you know, if anybody's judging it, let them judge. This one is different than the other. Yeah. I know. Untangle my, or untwirl my thread again. That wasn't bad. So, sorry about ranting about what's going on. Oh, silence is golden. Holy cow. So they were supposed to do the tearing out part of the trees over a 3-day period, which was supposed to be last weekend. But they ended up starting it Wednesday. Today's Friday, which is why I didn't do videos the last 2 days. Again, I'm going off kilter because the line goes around here, but it's not what I followed, Martha. It's not what you followed. So I'm going to go a little bit this way. Come on. Might have started too far away from the bee. Now his wing isn't going to attach. Golly. Oh, Martha. You're just a work in progress, aren't you, girlie? Yes, you are. Someone suggested that the video... I said that I had seen these green parts being done on flowers from a video. I swear it was an Instagram video. I swear. Somebody suggested it might have been Daniela Mullen. I went back and looked. I had watched one of her videos recently, like within the last few days. That wasn't in the video I watched. And I looked to see if she had any videos like that. I didn't go through every video she's made because I'm lazy that way. I didn't see a video that I had watched of hers. I've only watched a few of hers. And I didn't see a video I had watched of hers that had that process in it. So I don't think it was her. Now see how you can see a tiny bit of blue there? I'm just going to go fill that in because OCD. Okay. Alrighty. Then I'm just going to tack these outside ones down because I don't want them to come loose. Probably should have gone under that one too. I'll do 2 little tacks here. That way you can't see them as easily. Yes. Okay. Yep, that worked too. Anywho, so it wasn't her. And I keep trying to find, I went through Instagram before I got on here. I hadn't saved it. I hadn't, and there's lots of hand embroiderers on there. Lots of them from other countries. They do absolutely stunning work. But I couldn't find the one that I know I've seen. All right. Well, it's not too shabby. Could be better, could be worse. I'm fine. I'm fine with the way it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. Blink. That's not going to be worth anything. So I think I'm just going to go through here and do some little seed stitching. So if you want to hang out, cool. If you're kind of over me, I totally understand. Some days I'm over me too. Ooh, I'm getting warm again. Oops. I have had, like, today has been, I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm hot, I'm fine. I'm hot, I'm fine. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had the door open, the sliding door open, and it's warm and humid outside. Those don't even match. They don't even attach at the same place. It's fine. This one's bigger and fatter. This one's narrower. I can always add another. But oh, I gotta chuckle at myself. I might at some point go through these blue flowers and add little things in them. And if I do that, I will show you at a later date. I might work on that tonight. But anyway, so yeah, it's maddening when I've done this several times before, when I know I've seen a video and I can't find the darn thing anywhere. I know what to do. Sorry for the jiggling. I'm taking my socks off. Sometimes when I get too warm, I just take my socks off and that helps. I have this thing where if I get too warm, that hurt. Don't know if you heard it, but I really pricked my finger bad. If I get too warm, I kind of get this reaction with my heart. It starts beating really fast. Because when I had the heart attack back in 2007, I went through a lot of bodily reactions and heartbeat and sweating, and yeah, all of that was a part of the heart attack. I had the classic man symptoms of heart attack. So yeah, take care of your heart, people. Take care of your heart and go get a mammogram if you haven't had one in a year, and check yourselves. You know, check those lumps on your top of your body, because it's important. Do it in the shower with soap or laying flat on your back in the bed, but that's not the only way to tell. And if your body's doing something that isn't normal for your body, find a doctor that will listen to you until you are heard. And if you find something and you have a medical team that you do not like, find a different medical team. Because I tortured myself by going to the only doctor in this area that did breast cancer surgery, and she was just short of abusive to me. So you do not do not have to put up with it. Oopsies. I'm not going to do down there right now because I want to work in up here. So I'll have to go back and do that with a little bit of thread in the end. Okay. I have a question for you all. Are there commercials in my videos? Because when I watch them, there's no commercials. But every other video we ever watch on YouTube has commercials in it. And I'm sure there's probably commercials. So I'm curious if there are commercials in my videos. If there are, I'm going to have to see if I can tell what they are. So, nobody better to ask than my viewers. Oops. Okay. Oop. Hate when that happens. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, so there's a part of this video that I'm going to extract, delete. And I just want you to know that you didn't miss anything important, but I wanted to delete some things that I said. And because that's not what my channel is about, but I sort of went off on a little rant. So if you see this jumped ahead and there's a little portion missing, that's why. So I'm going to go down and do this other little part, and we are just about at an hour. So I'm going to finish these flowers tonight, this afternoon or tonight while I'm sitting in front of TV. And then I will show you, if I can do a video tomorrow, I will show you then what I did. And you will see the rest of it there. So I want to thank you all for joining me and being a part of my channel. And I hope you are having a good day and that you have a wonderful weekend and that you are making something and working on something. And that your life is good for you. So, a few more stitches down here. And then I will say my goodbyes. And that is it for, oops, gotta find a stitch to put that through. Day 31. In some respects, it feels like it's flown by, and in other respects, it feels like I've been doing it a long time. So there's most of it. Like I said, I'm going to go through and put some stitches in these little flowers and the stems later on, because I think it'll help the dimension. And this is 31. 31. There we go. Everybody, thanks for joining me. As always, I love you. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend, day, week, whatever you're watching this. And take care and be strong, be healthy, and send lots of love around the world because this world needs it. Bye, everyone.